So we're going to look at number 8 from the review puzzle for the Unit 1 assessment. And we're going to talk about how to find a bearing. So a hiker walks west from the city of Gamley for 65 kilometers, then turns south for an additional 50 kilometers, where she arrives in Freetown. What is the bearing from Gamley to Freetown? So I'm going to start by drawing myself a compass here. And my starting point is going to be at the origin. So a hiker is going to walk west. Here's Gamley. From the city of Gamley for 65 kilometers. And then turns south for an additional 50 kilometers. So here's my right angle here. Here's my triangle. And I want to know what the bearing is from Gamley to Freetown. So I want to know what the bearing is from here. So I'm looking from Gamley to Freetown. So for bearings, remember that we're looking for an angle and direction. So if this is the angle that I want to look for, I'm going to figure out what my tangent ratio is, because this is my opposite side, this is my adjacent side. So I'm going to set up my tangent ratio. So tangent of theta is going to be opposite of 50 over adjacent of 65. And then to find the theta, I'm going to use my inverse tangent because I'm looking for an angle. And using my calculator, inverse tangent of 50 over 65 is going to give me about 37.57 degrees. So I have to figure out now, is that the angle that I want to use and what is the direction? So here's my direction. And if I'm going from Gamley to Freetown, that would mean that I would have to go south and then west. So I'm looking for an angle southwest. But remember that when you're looking at a bearing angle, the bearing angle always has to be made from the north or the south line. So this 37.57 degrees, in this case, if I'm looking at this as its own compass, I need to know what the angle is that's made with the south line here. So this is the angle that I found in here to be 37.57 degrees. But I want to know what this one is, because remember that the bearing always is measured from the south in this case, and then swinging to the west. So to find this one in here, I'm going to take my quadrant, which we know the whole thing is 90 degrees, and I'm going to subtract out the 37.57 degrees. So 90 minus 37.57 is going to give me 52.43 degrees. And since this 57 or 52.43 degrees is the angle that's made with the south, that's going to be what I need to put in here for my angle. So my bearing is going to be 52.43 degrees southwest.